our product, our customers. We would want our customers, first of all, to get aware, and also we have some of the specific products that we are offering. Some of them, our interventions, we have so far developed the ESG policy, which actually guides us in as far as greening our products and environmental approach is concerned. The board has been trained in environmental management and also senior management. We also have we have developed our we also have developed other environmental products like solar, biogas, and irrigation. These are very specific products, though other products like general agriculture have a component of environmental preservation. Here is actually one of the products, the solar, and the key products the key objectives is of course to increase the uptake of these products. Like other presenters, we have also some challenge about these products. Remember, these are like consumer products. So people feel like, why would I take this? Is it really doing is it going to give me some returns? So we have the challenge of somehow of the uptake, and we also want to improve, to reduce the impact on human activities on weather. So someone is there, actually is installing a solar kit. These are some of our interventions. You can see Mr. Alan there. And this technology, through partnership with a number of other service providers whom I'm going to show you, we have been able to offer our customers. This is the Systema Bio. I know it is common in Kenya. People from Kenya must be knowing about it. Yeah, this is a kind of plastic which you go and maybe put somewhere, then you put in cow dung, and it produces the gas. Then there's this fixed dome, which is constructed underground. So some of these are our customers, and normally when we have such interventions, we go and we launch and let other people come, and we do an awareness kind of training. So there, we were at some customers' home, first of all doing the follow-up and also trying to get the other society to come and learn from this. Because this is a kind of new technology which you cannot just sit there, because it has to be practical. If someone tells you about biogas and they have never heard about it, you may really not understand how it works. Yeah, that is the kind of blue frame it gives. And of course, when it is like that, that means it has some gas inside it. And the moment you switch on, it has that kind of blue frame which is very clean, and it is, you can even put it like on a dining table like this, and then you are good to go, rather than our ordinary way where the kitchen is actually very black, and imagine the person that has been there for over 20 years. So this is very clean, and we are actually embracing this in Ebo. Now, we have a number of partners. We can't do this alone. Of course, the Systema Bio I've showed you about the biogas. For solars, we have partnered with, actually there is that kind of pull-up, which is, we are one of our partners. Actually, they come from Kenya. Then we also have the solar today. This is a solar company. We have the Sun King Solar. We also have the UECC. Now, UECC is a government body from the Ministry of Energy, which gives us some subsidized funds. You know, these being consumer loans, sometimes they have to be subsidized in order to be attractive. So it helps us, and it has given us some good money at subsidized kind of rates, which we on lend to our customers in partnership with a number of service providers. There's some video here, I don't know whether it is. The volume is not there, I don't know. How do I increase it?
What?
Do not play. Can play it there, then it will.
Speakers. Oh, but I will change the speaker. Just hold on. But it is in it.
No, there you can play it there, it will.
It needs to come from there. It's not there.
But
I can't choose it. Normally I should be able to choose this from the other device.
it's okay, we can.
Sound settings.
Well, the video basically is showing about one of some customers, how they feel when actually they get out of light and the installation is done. Just press enter.
Which? You want me to reduce the volume?
Can reduce the volume.
Okay. Let's try.
So that is the kind of happiness that people feel, especially for those that have never had power. You know, there are some deep villages which actually have never experienced power. So we are deep there in the villages, and we are saying let's not use kerosene anymore. We can use it for other functions apart from the lighting. Somewhere we now come to irrigation. Irrigation specifically, we are looking at around 3 crops: bananas, coffee, and maize. That is the kind of ordinary, maybe drip irrigation for one of our farmers. Actually, that farmer is somewhere there. When you look at some of that farmer is the one that is using this kind of piping. You open the tap somewhere and water now flows through to the coffee plantation. And you are in position to get such yields, especially in coffee. Yeah, on irrigation, we also do some partnership. We are partnering with a company called Davis and Shortleaf, and another irrigation and another company, technology company, is called SpringTech. They do all sorts of irrigation, and they can. We also do trainings. Like that is one of the groups where we are doing the training, and for them they have coffee. We go there and do the training. You know, these new technologies, you can't maybe stand here and you tell someone. You have to be on the ground and do such kind of demonstrations. And we are lucky some farmers have actually embraced this, and we really are doing. Of course, we do it with some partnerships like Rabobank. That is one of the staff from Rabobank. Is used also for lighting. And irrigation, we also do buying the hose pipes, purchasing the irrigation equipments like generators and all that. We are targeting specifically all clients in general that have no or limited access to electricity, especially those people in the villages. If you look at our branch setup, we are located in the villages. So those villages, sometimes they don't have access to electricity, or those that want to reduce the cost of electricity. Like I made for solar security lights, and I reduce on the cost, because for them, they are always on 24/7. So I may choose to use electricity maybe for cooking and all that, then I use the security lights for solar. In that sense, I'm actually reducing the overall cost. Then when you go to biogas, of course, we are looking at the cattle keepers, those who have enough and plenty of the cow dung. And we are looking at those with a minimum of up to around 3 cows. You are in position to take the biogas. Then for irrigation, all those farmers that are facing the challenges of unpredictable weather situations, you know, weather has now changed. We used to know about 2 seasons. Like now, it should be raining, but it hasn't started yet. You can imagine that farmer who is waiting for rain. By the time he or she realizes, now the dry season will be setting in. So we are saying, let's have structured, let's plan for our seasons. Let's not wait for the natural kind of climate and weather to do the farming. A little bit about the loan amounts. You know, as low as the solar loan over 100,000, just for lighting, for just your child to read, and those that want to do like irrigation and all that, you can go as high as around 350 million. And so is biogas, and also the irrigation. We have in some fees, like for solar, there is the monitoring fee of Uganda shilling 35,000. The loan application fees of 2%, insurance, and I think the other one is loan monitoring. Then the loan application form fees is around 20,000. It's almost the same all through. There is no change in that. Now the difference is on the interest rate. Like I said, solar and biogas is actually subsidized. Like for solar, it is 18% per annum, which is like 1% per month, and all our loans are reducing and on a declining balance. For biogas, it is actually the cheapest. It's just at around 10% per annum, and the irrigation is around 3% per month on reducing. So these products actually, clients are already taking them. About the collateral requirement, a solar kit itself is actually enough collateral. Sometimes there are people who have fixed deposits with us. They have saved and they have fixed deposits. You have chattels for these smaller loans, the motor vehicle logbooks, land titles for those who have, and land sales agreements. For groups, we are saying there is no collateral that we do solidarity guarantorship. No, there is a group. If a group can come here and they say, we all want solar kits, then we go home to home, do the wiring, and we don't ask for any collateral security. Then Of course, that is the same with the biogas. And for irrigation, we have not yet started giving it to groups. It's an individual loan product. The loan period, the maximum is 60 months, and the minimum is 1 month. Of course, depending on the loan amount, is when we can decide on the period. So, lending methodology, we are only doing individual and group on solar, and so is biogas, but for irrigation, we do only individual lending. A little bit about the access requirements. The borrower must be able to provide comprehensive plan for the money, especially, there are those who, because solar is subsidized, someone wants also to take advantage of that. So we have to get our technical personnel, come to your home, do the kind of quotations, and we don't physically give you money, but we wire money through an account of the service provider. So for you, your role is actually to get a payment schedule and you start paying. The borrower must be located within our area of operation. Currently, we are operating in Western and Southwestern. If someone is maybe from Kampala and those other areas of the central, and maybe you don't have any address around this side, we may most likely not serve you. And our area of operation from the branch, we are looking at around 50 kilometers. Of course, with other products like savings, you can save even everywhere, wherever you are in the country. But when it comes to the loan, we are mindful because we know at one time we are going to do the monitoring, we are going to do all that. So we are mindful of the distance. So there will be there will be quotations made by the pre-qualified service provider. If it is a solar company, these solar companies are pre-qualified by the ministry, especially that company, the UECC. We have some quick kind of service providers, and we cannot partner with any service provider that we come across with. So these solar companies and these other service providers, they are pre-qualified. That means they have some good quality. And the borrower must be encouraged to disclose. Of course, sometimes we have CRB, but someone must open up. I have another facility here, so that we can now measure your affordability. For repeat borrowers, then that person must at least have been paying well the previous facilities. And of course, we judge this on the timeliness and the consistency of whether you are adhering to your payment schedule or not. I have ended my slide. You can imagine I've used how many minutes?
20 seconds.
Yeah, thank you. So I haven't bored you members. Any questions?
Maybe a question on the previous slide with the providers then. Yeah. No. Just go down. No. Yeah. So you have the pre-qualified service providers, but in the contract that you have with them, if something happens, for example, to the solar panel, if it is not well functioning, or the biogas machine, it's not doing what it is supposed to do.
Yeah,
Are they going to fix it?
We have an MOU.
Do they replace it?
We have an MOU. We have MOUs with all these service providers, which clarifies on the quality assurance, the guarantee period, beyond which, in case any problem happens to that solar kit or anybody. Actually, it is there. It is 10 years warranty. So that kit must be there even when you have paid the loan. And it is very clear in the MOU that we have with these service providers. Yes, Bob?
Maybe, how much is the kit?
Alan, maybe you can.
Yeah, before I talk about the price, I wanted to make a supplement to Robert. Actually, thank you so much for the information. But maybe I wanted to say that our staff, all our staff, it is a directive that we must have a solar kit. So we are walking the talk. We are not only telling the customers to use solar or biogas when we, the staff, internally are not using it. So all our stuff, it's a must. Even me, I bought it and I had nowhere to take it. But they told me you can give it to your father or your mother. So when I joined the ABO, the first thing after signing my contract, are you willing to take solar or not? I said yes. You have no option, you have to take it whether you want or not. So I took it home. Then also for biogas, almost all the staff who are here, Robert has a biogas, CEO has, Julian has. It's only me who has not yet taken and maybe years. But all our staff also are encouraged to take the biogas. So it is also important because if you are telling a customer to use biogas, but you yourself you don't know what biogas does, it's like you are talking about what you don't understand. So it's also important. Then another thing from these partners, we are lucky some of them have given us demonstration kits at a free cost for free. Because our customers cannot use the biogas when they don't know how it works. So we say we are giving a free kit to a real customer like Karen, who has been with Apple for 10 years and is able to demonstrate other customers. So we give her a free kit, then Karen can invite the community to come and see what Apple is doing. And then they come and like, when they like it, then they say, okay, I also want to have what Karen has. So it has also helped us to, because for biogas, so far we've sold over 200 biogas digesters. I think Apple is doing wonders in that section. Then also for solar, we've installed more than 800 solar kits for our customers. Then the price, this one here, it has 3 types. There's one which is called Sistema Turo. That one is at 1,570,000. It has 3 cook stoves. There are 3 cook stoves. And it uses, you use one wheelbarrow of
Cow down.
and two jerrycans of water. One wheelbarrow and 2 jerrycans. And it cooks for 8 hours non-stop. Then the second one is Sistema 16. Sistema 16, it also has 3 cook stoves. It's for 3 million. It's for 2,350,000. 2,350,000. And that one can cook for 10 hours. You use 2 basins, 2 wheelbarrows, and 4 jerrycans of water. Then the third one is called Sistema 20. That one is big, it can cook for a family of 20 people, and it can cook for up to 16 hours in a day. Then another thing is also following up on the service providers, because sometimes if you don't follow them up, they can do shoddy work. They go and drop the kit there, and the customer is not happy, and for you are not aware. So as able, we have put up a team, always follow up the service providers. If we give a customer a biogas, we must make sure that the customer is satisfied and it is actually doing well. And we also have engagement meetings with them. At least every month, we must have a meeting with the service providers to check on their progress. Otherwise, we might even tarnish your name. There is a time back there, I think like in 2008, Robert was still a branch manager. Some customers wanted to bring solar kits to the office that your things are not working, or they wanted to come and demonstrate at the branch. You get back your solars. At that company, I think we terminated the contract, and we got these people of solar today. They have good kits. They have been qualified by the ministry. Actually, even now they were asking me, are you at office? Can we come and meet you? I said, no, I'm in a workshop, but they are doing good work. So that is for the solar and the biogas.
Thank you. Yes?
Thank you for the presentation. As a business with this industry, 3 days in a day, is that profitable? You said that you have some subsidy from someone. What if that subsidy is stopped? Do you continue or you finance or you outsource? In Ethiopia, we have also the same product, solar, irrigation, and biogas with the subsidy of someone. Our problem is when that subsidy stops, the project is also phased out. In this case, what is your experience? In relation to the solar, you provide solar directly to the society, or through the vendor you provide that solar kits for the society. And sometimes we face problems in case the customer faces some minor issues, they associate the repayment with this case. What is your experience in this?
Yeah, about the sustainability, you know, we don't live only for profit, at least for cooperatives. If you look at our mission, for example, we would want to grow as the institution, as well as improving the livelihood of the other person. So we are into social performance, financial performance, and we also have the concern for the environment. So ideally, some of these products are meant to improve the well-being of the customers. So our thinking is that sometimes, even when you utilize their money and they haven't responded, we keep on offering some of these products because of the social mission of our existence. So our thinking is that we could even continue, because in any case, we have a social responsibility to improve their livelihoods at the end of it all. Then about of course, if it doesn't work, the customer will say, your kit has not worked, even when it comes from the service provider. That's why now we have the warranty, and we are very keen, especially on the MOU. In case of any problem, this person must come, and even we specify the response time. If a case is raised like today, beyond when must you have come to rectify the problem? So we have some of those clauses, and we have been keen on them. And we don't have any other person. We have specific companies that are supposed to provide these services. So ideally, the instances of failing to work have finally phased out, or maybe somehow reduced to a negligible kind of level. Yes?
Just to inquire about an education loan, how is the process like in terms of determining the requirements for a particular project? Is it that you need the service provider to come and assess these people's needs, then they are able to make a BOQ, or the client is the one who comes with the BOQ after consulting from the level?
No, the technical person, for me as a farm, I have an idea. Then that idea, we now take a technical person to go and do the BOQs so that we can identify the amount that is required. It is actually the BOQs from the technical person that will guide us on how to fast. After seeing the BOQs, we now come into the real assessment. If this cost is maybe worth Uganda shillings 10 million, do you have the individual capacity to service this? Or we can even disburse in trenches, or we can phase the kind of disbursement, or we can maybe look at the length of the loan repayment period to make sure that you are within the manageable level. So the BOQs actually guide us on the next steps that we can do. Yes?
In Belgium we have some similar systems, but we saw a lot of systems burning and explosions on the systems. I see here the gas is in a plastic bag like this. Aren't they?
Actually, it actually happened once, but it was for a plastic, not this very one. No, the crest tank and something. I think someone doesn't use power, and it has a lot of power, and it actually grows like this.
Are they well maintained, the systems? Because this was also
That's why we are actually within these service providers always monitor and always update. Of course, even the training. If I have installed this thing, I have to train you on the usage. If you don't know how to use it, at least you will have some challenges with it. And of course, frequent and regional monitoring on that. But I think it is rare it hasn't. We pray that it doesn't happen.
Well, I think what I can add there, and it is an idea also I borrowed from Carol yesterday and today when she was talking about the the evolution of the digitalizing our services, she emphasized on the contracts with the service providers. People might sometimes take advantage of it being new and everyone is not aware of what it comes with. So we borrowed an idea when we had a challenge of one of the plants bursting and all the cow dung running, all the compound. And then the client ran to us, what is this that you have provided to me? So we took a lesson from that end, and every other time now that we have to engage any service provider, of course they have to be qualified, that is one, by the government and other bodies, but also we have to make sure that the agreement, the contract that we make entails all of that. In case this happens, the client must be what? Must be protected. And we are also taking into consideration of the clients. We don't leave the service provider to be eaten by the client to be eaten by the service provider. We keep in touch. We keep in touch, and even when he bills, when the BO2 comes, we have to ensure that the client understands it and he is actually consenting to it before we even go into the assessment of the capacity and the other things. So it is really important that we bridge very well the gap, because after all, the client belongs to the institution.
Yes?
Actually, just comment and remind me, in our case, have been providing solar for smallholder farmers in the suppliers. What happened was the solar market is just huge, and there is less quality providers also there, better quality providers also. We have been providing for our rural customers so that at the end the supplier just switches business and shift to other, so that for maintenance and the battery will be changed after some period of time, and the farmer requesting to this for maintenance and for battery suppliers, but we need to do so that, and the customer is complaining. You see, sometimes we have to be sure that the supplier should be sustainably just providing the service for the end user. Otherwise, it will just keep the business of the solar or the benefit of solar to expand it in other areas, so that the issue of maintenance and sustainability supply with quality is just not a choice. It has to be mandatory and be careful while we are dealing with the suppliers.
Yeah, like, you know, in the assessment and pre-qualification, we have some companies which are actually briefcase companies. Come to you with my products in my bag, and I supply certain products. Someone has no address, you can't even trace them, so we are also mindful about that. Where do you have your address? For how long have you been in the market? Even when the government has pre-qualified them. So that maybe in case of any problem, we can at least run back to their address, physical address, which we know. Yeah. Any other question?
No.
Thank you.
I think we can go for lunch now. And you see, we are ahead of time. 3 minutes.
Which laptop you have? Is that mine?
Laptop yani.